Yes, you can hire temporary foreign workers from anywhere in the world. Government has allowed Canadian employers all across Canada to bring in any type of skilled, semi-skilled, and even unskilled labor as per their requirement if they're unable to source Canadian talent. Whether it's a software developer, office admin, supply chain coordinator, system consultant, farm worker, construction laborer, supervisor, managing director, cook, or even a cleaner, it's all possible. Even if they're your relative or family, it's possible. No limitations. There are some requirements which we will cover in today's video, and also misconceptions about the LMIA process for Canadian employers. Hello, my name is Reza and I work with LMIA Canada licensed immigration team, helping employers in Canada navigate through the complex process designed by the government, including Service Canada, to apply and receive permission to hire temporary foreign workers. We offer turnkey solutions for Canadian employers just like you, so you don't need to do anything on your own. Forget trial and error. We call it turnkey solutions. If you're thinking about recruiting internationally and bringing in workers to Canada, at LMIA, we break down the barriers between countries so you can hire from anywhere in the world. We are licensed and we help employers all across Canada. What do you need to apply for a labor market impact assessment? Literally, all you need is a registered business in Canada, a CRA payroll number, and proof that you can afford to pay the salary of the foreign worker. That's it. I'm not kidding. A lot of people ask us, what if I just registered my company yesterday and I have nobody on payroll yet? Can I still apply and receive an approval for an LMIA? The answer is yes, 100%. There are a few details you need to watch out for, which we will cover in today's video. Now, here are the key details of the LMIA eligibility and application process. Number one, you need to advertise at least on 3 national platforms to attempt to hire Canadians for the position you plan to hire. One of these platforms has to be the Canadian government's job bank portal, which is all done online. The advertisements need to run for at least 30 days before you're allowed to apply for the LMIA, on the condition that you are not able to fill all the positions with qualified Canadians. The advertisements need to continue until a decision is issued by Service Canada for your LMIA application. And the job bank advertisement needs to be running even after the LMIA approval in case you applied with a blank or no-name LMIA, until you link the foreign worker's name to your valid LMIA in order to allow them to apply for their work permit from either inside or outside Canada. The next point you need to cover is to make sure you have the financial capacity to pay the salaries of the foreign workers you plan to hire and bring into Canada. So in case you're a brand new company with no sales or a loss-making company, you need to have some proof that you're capable of paying these salaries. Whether it's cash in the account, a grant, a loan you received, or some huge new contracts with clients who are paying you a deposit in advance, these can be sufficient enough as proof. And if you don't have a T4 summary, a Scheduled 125 of the CRA for your company, or GST/PST documents, then a letter from your lawyer or chartered professional accountant can also suffice. Can I hire 5 or 10 foreign workers, or as many as I need? Well, the answer depends. If you're offering to pay the workers less than the high wage identified by Service Canada for your province, then you are limited by the low wage cap rate. You're guaranteed to be allowed to hire at least 1 low-wage foreign worker, no matter how many staff you have or don't have on your payroll. However, if you want to hire more, it is limited by the low-wage cap, which is a tricky little formula that takes into consideration how many Canadian staff you have and so forth. If you pay the high wage, then there's absolutely no limit in terms of how many temporary foreign workers you can hire. There are few occupations which are exempt from the low wage caps such as farm workers, greenhouse workers, caregivers in healthcare, temporary positions under 120 days, and seasonal workers. How much is the low wage versus the high wage for your province? If you're paying under the following wages that we're going to cover for your province, your job is considered low wage. Please note that even if you're paying a high or median wage for that position, it's still defined by the high wage minimum limit published by Service Canada. These wages change regularly and you need to be aware of the most updated rates. Here's a few examples of the wages published by Service Canada for your province. Anything below this wage is considered low wage. Anything at this rate or higher is high wage. In Alberta, it's $28.85 an hour. In BC, it's $26.44 an hour. Manitoba, $23. New Brunswick, $21.79. Newfoundland, Labrador is $24.29. Northwest Territories is $37.30. Nova Scotia, $22. Nunavut, $36. Ontario, it's $26.06. Prince Edward Island, $21.63. Quebec, it's $25. Saskatchewan, it's $25.96. And the Yukon, $32, of course. But remember, you need to check the high wage limit published on Service Canada's website before you apply for your LMIA to figure out if you're considered low wage or high wage. When you want to fill out the LMIA application form, it's all done online now. Provide proof of recruitment activity and why you were not able to find or hire qualified Canadians for your position, along with proof of business activity. After approximately 3 to 4 weeks, a Service Canada officer will schedule an interview call with you or one of your company managers, and within a week they typically either request more details or issue a decision regarding your application. Most of our clients receive an approval from Service Canada within 4 to 6 weeks. And don't forget that you can apply for a no-name LMIA and hire and fire foreign workers within the same regulations as Canadian employees. There's no obligation to keep the foreign worker until the end of the contract if you pay the end of settlement and so forth. Refer to your HR specialist on those. If this is all too much for you, don't worry. That's how most people feel. You can outsource all of it to us on a turnkey solution. We are licensed and can legally represent you with Service Canada and advise your foreign workers on their work permit processing as well. Contact our office using the link below this video for employers to check your eligibility and receive a quote to help you throughout the entire process.